Since Google bought Motorola last year, the faded cell phone pioneer, whose market share has dropped to almost nothing, has been working on a secret new smartphone project, which is now called Moto X. The phone is almost ready to go on sale. It'll go on sale later this month for about $200, and I've been testing it. Hi, this is Walt Mossberg from the Wall Street Journal, and in my tests of the Moto X phone, which is intended to go up against Apple's iPhone and Samsung's Galaxy S4, there were a number of innovative pro features I found, which taken together made me like the phone and consider it a good, innovative phone, if not a revolutionary game changer. There were also a couple of downsides, and let me talk about each of those. The first positive is something called touchless control. What that really means is that they have built a chip into this phone which allows it to constantly be listening for commands, voice commands. Even when the phone is locked and the screen is dark. You just say the magic words, "OK Google now," which is the name of Google's voice-controlled app that is on many Android phones. And you can ask it a question or give it a command, so forth. Advantage number two is something called active display. Again, even when the phone is locked and the screen is blank, it will pulsate periodically and put up on that blank screen the time of day and icons for any notifications you get, and you can hold down one of those icons to get a little peek at some of the content of the notifications without having to turn the phone on and blast the full brightness of the screen. Advantage number three, quick access to the camera without having to touch a hardware button or an icon. You just pick up the phone, again, even if the screen is completely off, twist your wrist a couple of times, and the camera comes on. In my experience, that was the fastest camera launch on any phone I have tested, other than some Windows phones which have a button that is dedicated to turning on the camera even if the phone's locked. And advantage number four, plus number four, is customization. My colleague Katie Barrett has done a review of this that is separate from my column this week, but this is a system where either online or in an AT&T store you'll be able to choose from a wide variety of colors for the backs of the phones. These are not snap-on cases, but actual built into the phone, and highlight colors and inscriptions and other things that will make the phone very much personal to you. So those are all the things the Moto X brings to the game. I did find some downsides. One, which is one reason I'm not calling this revolutionary, is that as we've seen before with Apple Siri and with Google Now on other phones, the voice command stuff is still a little bit rocky. It doesn't always work right, and it doesn't always give you the right answer. In my case, for instance, I said, "Where's the nearest dry cleaner?" Gave me a dry cleaner that was somewhere in my area, but nowhere near the nearest one. I asked it to call a colleague who I call often, and admittedly, her name is difficult to spell, but still, it constantly had trouble coming up with that. I asked it who the president of Egypt was, and and it gave me the now deposed Mohamed Morsi. So there's work to be done on that, even if this phone allows you to get to the voice commands more easily. Secondly, this is their flagship phone, and yet they've taken everything but the customization, all of these special new features, and put them into 3 other Motorola phones, Droid phones that they quietly released, one of which sells for half as much as the Moto X, even though it has a little bit smaller screen. Most of the other features are matches, and it sells for half the price. So bottom line, I think this is a good, innovative phone, not revolutionary, but I think it may be pointing toward a direction where once we get much better reliability on voice and even more of these kind of gestures and awareness, we may be in a different world of smartphones. This is Walt Mossberg, and I'll see you next week.